home in London to the tiny, crumbling village of Winterfold. Rebecca feels lonely and isolated. The main attractions of Winterfold, a crumbling church and graveyard that is slowly being reclaimed by the sea. In steps local girl Ferelith, a friend, or so it seems, to Rebecca, to ease her sense of isolation. Ferelith is really interested in local history. Ferelith is also very interested in danger. She has a real taste for it. She likes to take on adventures. She's also really interested in secrets. The secrets of the present, the secrets of the past. And the story really revolves around these two girls forming a friendship and also discovering both internal and external secrets, secrets from the past, secrets from the present, and how those two are interwoven. The book I'm talking about today is White Crow by Marcus Sedgwick, and that's the book here. My look for the day is inspired by one of my favourite films. It's also obviously a graphic novel. There's been many sequels, and it's The Crow. So this is my take on The Crow look. And yeah, I thought, obviously, with the word crow in the title and also kind of the cover, it goes well together. What do you think? So anyway, the book. So welcome to the 13 Ghouls of Halloween. And this next book is The White Crow. This one is a kind of a gothic horror thriller. And what I really enjoyed about this book, other than the really cool cover, I have to say, I saw the cover of this book and I was like, I must have that, is kind of that creepy gothic element of this small rundown coastal town that literally is falling apart and the sea's kind of coming back to claim it. I love that. I loved it, just the whole kind of desolate atmosphere of it. What I also loved about this is you've got three different narratives, three different perspectives, and actually three different narratives. So you've got Rebecca, the main character, this girl that's kind of been sent to live in this town, or not taken by her father to this town to live there. They've moved out of London. There's a reason why. That's one of the secrets. Then she meets this local girl who I really loved. So I think you would call her Ferelith. That's what I'm calling her because I think she's kind of slightly fairy, slightly gothish. She is sort of mysterious and slightly otherworldly, and I really love her. I could read a whole book just on that character. And then you actually have a third narrative from the 17th century that is kind of, you find out what the parallels are, but it's about this priest and this kind of crazy doctor and this sort of experiment they're conducting in the doctor's kind of mansion. And you kind of have all these stories and they're weaving together and it does kind of come together. And it took me a minute to kind of, just obviously each chapter kind of moves between the different voices and the different perspectives. But I really liked it. I think it kind of, it was interesting. It wasn't the same perspective all the time. It wasn't the same, narrative all the time. And like I said, Ferelith as a character I really love. And I like that slight slow uncovering of these secrets. And I would really say it has that kind of gothic thriller element. This is a YA book, but there are some quite kind of creepy parts in it. I mean, it's not, I wouldn't put it in the freezer. I would put it kind of between room temperature and maybe the fridge, depending on how easily you scare. But I really enjoyed more of the kind of the gothic horror element of it. And like I said, I loved the character Ferelith. I could have a whole book on her. Marcus Sedgwick, this is my first experience of Marcus Sedgwick, and there are quite a few books now that I kind of looked him up, and there's quite a few books now that I'm really interested in reading because he does seem to specialise in kind of that horror genre for YA, and I actually found another one of his books in a charity shop, which I'll put in one of my hauls. But yeah, all in all, I liked it. Very much, actually. The tagline here, angels or devils, which one is waiting for you? That is really appropriate, and that's part of the narrative. I'm not going to give that away, but it's interesting. And yeah, it kind of makes me think. It's one of those books that sort of lingered with me a couple of days afterwards, because I tried to sort of wait, digest, and then kind of talk about the books and see how they sit with me. And this one has definitely sat and lingered. So I love it. I would recommend this. Like I said, if you kind of like that sort of more gothic horror genre, I would recommend this book. I really liked it. So let me know if you've read it, what you thought. Yes. And have you read any other Marcus Sedgwick? Tell me about that too. And thank you all again for watching my 13 Ghouls of Halloween. And I will speak to you all again very soon. Enjoy the autumn. Enjoy the spooky season. Keep well and safe. Bye.